the Odinga family is pulling from different directions. One direction is led by Oburu Odinga, the other direction is being led by Winnie. When you saw Winnie appearing in Kibra and declaring that ODM cannot be decided unilaterally, he was simply saying that don't pick what Oburu Odinga is trying to say. So ODM is currently under serious division. And these people have eaten from ODM as their private business. I want to tell you that Ruto's hand is seen in ODM through and through. His hand is in ODM, trying to dismantle it and weaken it. Ruto's hand can be seen in DCP, trying to weaken it, and Ruto's hand can be seen in Jubilee, trying to weaken it. Sifuna has never spoken for himself. Sifuna speaks because he has been told to speak. Before Raila died, whatever Sifuna said, you will get that what Baba is saying. Now, once Sifuna is speaking, is Sifuna speaking for Baba? No. So is Sifuna speaking for Odinga family? No. Whose mouthpiece is Sifuna? Your guess is as good as mine. ODM is weak because Ruto's hand can be seen all over the place. Oburu is speaking on behalf of William Ruto. I am Professor Fred Ogola. Mimi naitwa mwalimu wa taifa kwa sababu mimi niko hapa kuelimisha taifa, to educate the nation, because teachers give freely and they give from the heart. Today I'm here to explain to you the main question that is disturbing this country is, what is the future of ODM? If you just analyze only ODM, you cannot understand what's going on without seeing what is happening with other parties. First of all, you have to start by asking, which ones are the major political parties in Kenya, and what is their future? And if their future is dwindling, which parties can take over? First and foremost, you have to understand that the main political parties are UDA, followed by ODM, followed by Jubilee, followed by WEWE, and now DCP is emerging. And the incoming parties are like LDP. And because I'm LDP presidential aspirant, I'll be explaining to you what's the difference between all these parties and LDP. First and foremost, if you ask me, if you want to understand the future of ODM, you have to understand who founded ODM. ODM is a family business founded by the Odinga family, especially Raila Odinga, and it has been run as a family business, sometimes as a kiosk, because the tickets, the way they are found, how people get the position they have. For example, Sifuna never went through a clear NDC to be elected. There was no election to get Sifuna as SG. Raila Odinga was never put to any test with anyone in ODM. The same thing happened with the party, the chair, the treasurer. There is no ODM official nationally, regionally, even grassroots, that was elected by the people. ODM has never carried out primaries for the last 20 years. UDA has also not had any competitive primaries to elect their leaders. For example, when Gachagua was appointed the deputy party leader, there was no competitive election. William Ruto as the party leader, there was no competitive election. Go to Jubilee. Look at how Oburu became the party leader for Jubilee. Now later it was appointed Matiang'i. There was no competitive election. Go to WEWE, the same thing. No competitive election that put them there. They pretend to do it, but they don't do it. So those things are family businesses, and they are run as a family business, and the family business is as strong as the strength of the family. Therefore, if you're asking for the future of Jubilee, who is the owner, and how strong is that family, how solid? If you ask UDA, UDA has got Ruto as the party leader. Ruto is still alive, he's still young and strong. So it will be as strong as Ruto remains stable. You come to DCP, Gachagua is still very young and strong, so it remains as strong as young as Gachagua. You come to ODM now, founded by Raila, it is going to be as strong as the family Odinga remains solid. But at the moment, the Odinga family is pulling from different directions. One direction is led by Oburu Odinga, the other direction is being led by Winnie. When you saw Winnie appearing in Kibra and declaring that ODM cannot be decided unilaterally, he was simply saying that don't pick what Oburu Odinga is trying to say. So ODM is currently under serious division. And these people have eaten from ODM as their private business. Many people have been asked for money to pay for ODM tickets. Some people have been collecting money on Raila's behalf, sometimes not even to give him. People have benefited. Wakenya Unit has been benefiting from ODM as their shop. Even Sifuna, who is the ACG, should not complain about ODM because all the MPs, all the governors, all senators, all the MCAs, they got Sifuna's signature to be nominated to get the ticket for ODM because the person who gave the parliamentary, even county assembly tickets is but SG. So Sifuna is the one who was given even James Orengo the ticket for Ugenya. Of course, if instructions are coming from somewhere, but the signatory is Sifuna. So if Sifuna now is pulling from different direction, means that Sifuna does not see the big picture at the moment. So let me ask you one question. William Ruto's only goal is to win 2027 election. So do you think a weaker or stronger ODM is good for William Ruto? Fairly not. Do you think a strong DCP is good for William Ruto? No. Do you think a strong Jubilee is good for William Ruto? No. And of course, Wiper, he doesn't care because he believes that Kalonzo Musyoka is Kalonzo Musyoka, so he's not a threat to him. So for that matter, I want to tell you that Ruto's hand is seen in ODM through and through. His hand is in ODM, trying to dismantle it and weaken it. Ruto's hand can be seen in DCP, trying to weaken it, and Ruto's hand can be seen in Jubilee, trying to weaken it. Let me start by ODM. When you see Sifuna faction, those factions are fronted by William Ruto, of course through other agents. For example, you saw Sifuna praising Uhuru Kenyatta and the rest. I'm sure that is not the direction. I even saw Sifuna trying to praise Gachagua, which means that Sifuna's mouth, Sifuna has never spoken for himself. Sifuna speaks because he has been told to speak. Before Raila died, whatever Sifuna said, you will get that what Baba is saying. Now, once Sifuna is speaking, is Sifuna speaking for Baba? No. So is Sifuna speaking for Odinga family? No. Whose mouthpiece is Sifuna? Your guess is as good as mine. And the Sifuna faction, all of it. In fact, somebody has said they are being funded. Who is funding them? You have to ask those questions and give yourself answers because I'm not here to call names. But that's what I'm trying to say, that ODM is weak because Ruto's hand can be seen all over the place. Oburu is speaking on behalf of William Ruto. On the other side, we have William Ruto. So William Ruto wants to ensure that he creates factions within ODM, and these people fight themselves and finish ODM completely. In fact, Ruto envisages the point whereby UDA should win some seats in Luo Nyanza and ensure ODM loses so that ODM does not have a bargaining power. Why is this coming from? It is Senator Kajwang who said, if Ruto wants ODM to support him, he should come and join ODM and contest with other people in ODM for the ODM ticket. Ruto did not answer him there, but Ruto is giving an answer without speaking, by dismantling ODM, by creating factions. So the people of ODM should be very careful. They should not look at this just by face value. They should look at it and say, what is the strategic direction that ODM should be taking? And are these fights good for ODM? Come to DCP. Look at the governor of Nyeri. Look at the governor, the MPs like Kaumburi, all those people who are supporting DCP before, that now has all of a sudden shifted their allegiance to UDA. Why? Is the same thing is what's happening in ODM. All the people supporting ODA, supporting William Ruto now, they are very corrupt. If you look at the governor of Nyeri, he has done nothing, people of Nyeri, but doing just politics and corruption. Nyeri has been known as the epicenter of corruption on the other side of the mountain. If you come to Homa Bay, what has Gladys Wanga done with the money given to her directly as a governor? Nothing. But Ruto has been going there to give them. So Ruto knows how corrupt most of the ODM governors are. And also Ruto knows how corrupt the UDA elected officials are. So because he knows how corrupt elected ODM officials are, they know how corrupt the UDA MPs are. When he threatens them, they have to come back. Like Kaimburi, he knows the cases are. Kaimburi's certificates are not in order. So he has been, his fake certificates. You can go and count all the fake certificates in Mount Kenya. There are very many. Mount Kenya people seem to elect people with fake certificates and leave people with real certificates because Mount Kenya people are very educated. Come to Luo Nyanza, they also same thing. They have certificates, yes, but for them the issue is that they have not done anything for their counties. So by hanging on William Ruto, they can remain relevant. They have actually stolen those monies. No developments going on in those places like Migori, going on in places like Homa Bay. In Sia, there's nothing serious going on. So they have to come in and support the president because the president can actually arrest them. You saw what's happening to Wamatangi. Wamatangi starts to stand his ground on the affordable housing things and the rest. What's happening? His property is destroyed. But compared with the governor of Nyeri, who is more corrupt, your gates as good as mine. But why is he the governor of Nyeri in good books with William Ruto? Is because he's supporting him. Why is Wamatangi in trouble? Because he's standing his ground on some matter. So I want to tell Matangi, once you know you are a corrupt person, once you know you have questionable history, you cannot throw stone at William Ruto because that is his trick. Everybody must put their hands in the cookie jar with him. So once your hands in the cookie jar with him, he's above the law, he cannot be tried when in office. For you, you have no immunity. You'll be in trouble. That's what's happening with the DCP. At the same time happening with the case of ODM. Come to Jubilee. Look at the people William Ruto is fronting. He knows very well they have questionable history in terms of corruption, land grabbing, human rights abuses. So anytime Ruto wants to use them, we'll use them at will. So I want to tell the people of Jubilee to be very careful about this person called Matiang'i. Because any day Matiang'i will raise his hand against William Ruto will call him for arrest. And that's why you may not know it. But I want to tell you that Matiang'i could just be William Ruto's candidate in case things will go, push will come to shove. You'll see Matiang'i coming to him because William Ruto is having one strategy for winning. That instead of waiting to compete with opposition, actually let him buy the entire opposition before competition. I can tell you for sure, all those people you call united opposition, the way they are operating, if you can do your proper analysis, they have some connection with William Ruto. I'm sure you may not believe to me, but the truth is that analyzing as a governance expert, I want to say the following, that Ruto has always been, is, and will continue to be Uhuru's project. After saying that, I can also say that Gachagua has been, is, and will continue to be Uhuru's project. And I can also say that Matiang'i has always been, is, and will continue to be Uhuru's project. Remember, Gachagua was Uhuru's PA. Remember, Matiang'i was his cousin. And it's Nyachai who handed over to Uhuru, who made him a CS. And that's how you came to know Matiang'i. Because Matiang'i was nobody until he became a CS. It is Nyachai who fronted him to Uhuru when he was Nyachai's PA to become a CS, and now you can hear him coming up. Now, when you hear that Kalonzo Musyoka is running for president in the United Opposition, Kalonzo Musyoka has been seen as Gachagua's project. So if Gachagua is Uhuru's project, Uhuru's project is simply Ruto's project. So what I'm trying to tell you, Kenyans, is that you must be very careful with all these political parties across the board. Why should you put your faith on LDP? LDP is run by technocrats. If you look at the chair of LDP, is an engineer. You go look at the CEO of LDP, is an economist and a communications expert. You come to SG of the party is called Dennis Kothe. Dennis Kothe is an economist, a liberal democratic trained with a degree on liberal democratic practices, and is an economist with a communications background. You go to look at the party leader, is a CPA, Rosemary. She is just a professional. So that wing is completely administrative, non-political. Come to the wing of politics, where I'm the presidential aspirant. The presidential aspirant of LDP is the political leader of the party. He's the one who engages politics. He's the official spokesperson of LDP on matters politics. He provides political leadership in the party. And when you see that, is that as an economist, as a governance expert, as a strategist, We are completely not part of the system. These other people you're talking about have been produced by the system. So Kenyans, should you want to front a very clear foundation of a leader, you better would actually bank on LDP, because LDP is not owned by an individual. LDP is not working with the system. There is no single person in LDP that if we lose this election, I would be happy. But if you look at those children of the system, some of them are earning pension, some of them are earning political parties fund. Whether Ruto leaves office or not, they are well off. But at LDP, for us is life and death, that we are fighting for the soul of this country. We are fighting for every battle that comes our way, because LDP believes that parties should never be managed like someone's kiosk, like a family business. Parties should work for the people, because a government for the people, with the people, for the people, through the people, should only be formed from the people, with the people, through the people, with the people, and governed by the people. Now you're hearing someone says, oh, we are consulting. Consulting who? You must ensure the people have a say in the party. And that's why I'm telling you, LDP is built to last. Like Democratic Party, presidential candidate comes and goes, the party remains. Like Republican Party, presidential candidates come and goes, but the party remains. And I want to tell you, don't look at ODM's falls in isolation. Look at it holistically. And I want to advise ODM. When I was a young boy growing as a son of a catechist, we were taught in catechism class that a snake that has 10 heads is the symbol of a devil. Why? Because a devil is an animal that do not want to go to heaven. Do you think a devil wants to go to heaven? No. But why is the devil standing on our way to go to heaven? Because the devil enjoys when people fail. So ODM do not want to form a government, but they want to stop people from forming a government. Forget about ODM for now and focus on parties which are emerging like LDP, parties like Shirikisho Party, parties like other parties like Federal Party. Focus on new generation parties that have structure, but the best among them, I can assure you, is Liberal Democratic Party. And Liberal Democratic Party is a party to watch because it's growing very strongly among the Gen Z, it's growing very strongly among the professionals, it's growing very slowly also on the ground among women groups, among all Kenyans who want to succeed, because we have launched a program called Operation Fukuza Fuliza, which is from every polling station growing up to the national level. But for now, my advice is, please let us fagilia wote. The solution is, like I told you, UDA, the likes of ODM, all those parties that have created our problems, which have never solved their problems, fagilia wote, because they have no place to take this country. They only think about their stomach. Their parties run by tumbocrats, choose parties run by technocrats. There are parties focusing on oligarchy, on how connected, how rich you are. But we need to focus on meritocracy. A party that rewards merit. A party that rewards your skills, talent, and hard work. For now, thank you, God bless you, and God bless Kenya.